Hey Cancer Leos, welcome into your Aries season tarot reading here at Cusp of Roses. My name is Gabrielle. For anybody new here, welcome in. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back, my loves. And special shout out to all my channel members tuning into this message early and ad-free. I love you all so very much for sowing love into this community, and I thank you for that. It truly means the world to me. And if you want to become a channel member for exclusive viewer perks like watching readings early and so much more, you can join at the link in the description box below, or hit that join button next to subscribe underneath this video. Take you to the same place. You can overview the membership tiers and join wherever you feel comfortable. Okay, I'd love to have you guys on the more intimate side of this channel, but in the meantime and in between time, let's talk about Aries season. Cancer Leo, what I was getting in my meditation for you for this message, it felt like you were in some sort of darkness. I kind of felt myself descend as I was connecting to your energy. It feels like you are trapped in some sort of despair, maybe. Or just like overthinking something, or trapped in the mind. Yeah, memories of love in reverse. So not experiencing balance or harmony through the heart chakra here. The heart could be very closed off a little bit. This kind of feels like pain that you don't really want to get rid of. A little bit like licking the wounds. Okay, which is fine and normal and very natural and very human. And if you need time to do that, you've been doing it, or you have that time, okay? But it felt like what you couldn't see through that darkness was the firm foundation that you're standing on. It's kind of like being afraid of the water in 3 feet, but you're 5 feet tall or taller. Kind of like afraid to put your feet on the bottom. I don't know if you guys have ever been around kids at a swimming pool, especially when they're new to the water and they're like freaking out, and it's like, you can stand, it's okay, put your feet down. But they're like clenching themselves up and then like freaking out, trying to keep their feet off the ground, and then until they realize like, oh wait, okay, I'm not gonna fall in the water, like I can stand in it. That's where I kind of see you at a little bit, or like that's kind of the energy. Okay, you have a foundation to stand on, but you're afraid to stand on it. Okay. This could have to do with a relationship for some of y'all. And I think that's why the 6 of Cups came out in reverse. This could be somebody that you're not willing to let go of, or you don't want to let go of just yet. Or you're still licking the wounds around, and that's okay, Cancer Leo, okay? You got to do what you got to do to heal, right? Yeah, rest and rejuvenate. I feel like that's where the divine is trying to tell you you can enter into during this season, but whether or not you're willing to do so is probably a different question. And again, you are in control of yourself. No one else is. So just remember that, okay? Just try your best to remember that. Yeah, it's like there's something that's trying to get you to be very optimistic and very excited, or very like, look on the bright side of things, find the silver lining in this, and it's gonna be okay. And it's like, you don't want to hear none of that. You're like, how is it gonna be okay when my heart feels like this, when I feel like shit, or when I'm in this darkness and I can't see, and then I'm scared and I'm all this, how is that okay? Fair, okay? Fair. So I kind of see you being a little resistant to any sort of like optimism, or again, new perspective when it comes to wherever you are, maybe even just emotionally. You want to be where you're at. You want to be upset. You want to be hurt. You want to feel what you're feeling. So maybe there's just a part of you that has to admit that to yourself. If you're in a dark night, you're in a dark night. If you are not feeling good, you're not feeling good. You're not happy, you're not happy, okay? Instead of trying to force yourself to feel differently, just feel what you feel. But I think, well, I know, with that Cancer Leo energy you have, you aren't going to be able to feel what you feel alone. You're tied into the moon. So, and the heart chakra. You don't have the ability to camouflage what you feel. Maybe in a way that you think you can. No. People know when you're down. People know what you're going through. People know when you're not at your best, or when you're not in the right alignment, or when you're going through something. And it's like you want to hide it. You want to hide what you're going through, but baby, you just can't. You're not a Cancer and a Leo. Like it's going to show up on your face. It's showing up in your mood. It's showing up in the way you talk. It's showing up in the way you're moving, how you're dressing. Like, it shows up in so many different ways that you can't help but express. And so maybe this is more or less of a message for you to just be comfortable with that. Maybe this is also an opportunity here for you, Cancer, Leo, to help people learn how to support you when you're in this kind of an energy. Maybe you don't need the cheer up buttercup, it's gonna be okay. Maybe you just want someone to sit in it with you, because that's what it felt like I was doing when I started meditating. I felt like I kind of like descended into the darkness with you and was just there. It's like, I don't want the light right now. I don't want, you find comfort. You're getting some sort of comfort from the pain, from the darkness, from the energy, from whatever it is that you're feeling. It's where you want to be. And you know what? That's okay. Again, don't force yourself to feel something that you don't. I'm sorry you're feeling that way, though. Maybe this is because of a breakup, or something has shifted in a particular relationship. You have the right to be upset about it. You have the right to feel what you want to feel about it. You have the right to allow what you feel and allow your emotions to run their course. Okay, so if you needed permission to do so, there it is. You're okay. Because it's not going to last forever. Even if you, and that's the funny part about it, even if you want it to last forever, even if this is like, I don't ever want to get over this, I'm always going to cling on to this, and there's always going to be a chip on my shoulder, and I just know I'll never be okay, and like whatever. Eventually you will be, whether you want to or not, okay? But feel what you got to feel, Cancer, Leo, okay? Your soul tribe's here for you. We love you. Whatever it is, whatever you're going through, you're not alone. Even if you want to be, it's okay. All right. But yeah, I think you have people around you that care for you and want you to be, I guess, what they would consider your normal self, which is very like fun, very happy, very joyful, very like, you know, just a very upbeat kind of a vibe. So when you're not like that, of course, people want to rush in and try to get you there. But there's nothing wrong with being upset. There's nothing wrong with being angry. There's nothing wrong with being a dark cloud for a little moment. Okay? Take cues from nature. It's not sunny all the time. Sometimes it's gray. Sometimes it's black in the sky. Sometimes there's thunder. Sometimes there's rain. Sometimes there's a lot of wind. You are nature, so allow yourself to flow with the weather that you're in, okay? And I would even ask that for people who might be trying to get you to be sunshiny again. It's just like, yo, I'm a dark cloud today. Like, let it be. Right? You know, that's just not where I'm at. Okay? And just know that people just want you to feel better. Because they're used to that version of you. This could be people who haven't seen you like this before, don't really understand it, or, you know, they don't know how to maybe handle their own darkness, so they try to do whatever they do towards you, or try to get you to like, why don't you go out? Why don't you do this? And da-da-da. If there's no remedy for where you're at right now, there's no remedy for it, Cancer, Leo. It's okay. Like, just feel it. It's all right. It's not going to last forever. But if you got to go through this, go through it. Okay? Yeah, it's like, you know, the only way through this energy, the only way to heal this energy or to move through this energy is through it, not running from it. Just move through it. Okay, tell me a little bit more about this darkness that Cancer, Leo might be in. Yeah. Spiritual union with spiritual strength. Okay, yeah, it could definitely be a relationship that has you like this, okay? And you got to regain your spiritual strength around it. Yeah. Justice with disruption. Yeah, something's happened for sure. Some things happened here. Okay. Some sort of karmic tower has erupted. Disrupted the balance that you were having with someone in this spiritual union. Trapped in fear. Love begins. Throat chakra. Somebody that you feel you maybe have a spiritual union with might have gotten into another relationship. Third eye, yeah, with the hangman, sacrifice. You might have come into the awareness that somebody chose to sacrifice their spiritual union with you. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't have to be any of that though, but that's what I'm seeing. Clarify spiritual strength. Thank you. Yeah. Harmony, the Lovers, triumph in reverse. Throat chakra and the third eye. I feel like this is something that you maybe feel like you can't talk to many people about, because if you were to share what you think or like what you feel or what's really going on, it might not be understood. The people around you might not have the third eye awareness. Maybe you're not talking about it because you don't want to come off like a hater. Yeah, somebody could be in a relationship. Someone that you maybe do have a spiritual union with. This could be a separation that you're in with this person. Or maybe, Cancer Leo, this is someone you maybe thought you had spiritual union with. But having to go through this tower is putting you in a new perspective around the connection that was really going on. Maybe this was more or less a soulmate for you, Cancer Leo, as opposed to the one. I feel like this soulmate union maybe activated some sort of spiritual strength or put you in a position to have to build spiritual strength. And although you maybe did have harmony with this person or felt that kind of love for them, it might not be something that is right for you with balance upright, justice upright, and the Chariot in reverse. Or this could be what someone out of whoever you're on the other side of this union with could have chose out of their free will. They chose to have some sort of tower happen that's keeping this Chariot from moving forward between you two. Yeah, this feels like an initiation process, Cancer Leo. Yeah, this is an initiation process for sure. Initiation into your heart chakra, which is uncomfortable for sure, definitely. But you got the throat chakra and the third eye here with the Ace of Cups. Yeah, maybe that's the reality that's hitting you, that this was a soulmate for a reason and a season, not for a lifetime. And that can be heartbreaking and upsetting for sure. So again, like, allow yourself to heal whatever it is you need to heal. Move through the dark clouds, the storms that might be coming up in you here, Cancer Leo. You don't have to be anybody's sunshine right now. Okay? And you're loved even in your dark cloud moment. You're still loved, Cancer Leo. So don't put that pressure on you to be anything or feel anything that you don't feel. Okay? And again, I'm sorry that you're going through that. Clarify this disruption, this tower. The universe brought this in. Yeah. Like I said, it felt a little karmic. maybe that's what's hurtful. Maybe you thought you were locked in with somebody, or you thought y'all were moving in the same direction and they chose a different path. Like I was kind of feeling somebody maybe chose somebody else, or chose to go into another relationship or down another path. Okay? Yeah, and that is painful. It is. But understand that this tower is serving both of y'all. Okay? It's serving you so that you can activate that spiritual strength. Again, it's bringing you into an initiation into your own power, which is what a spiritual union is meant to do anyway. And it's also going to do the same for this other person, although that path to that power might look a little different. So because of their choices and decisions, they're going to have to go through certain things that, because you maybe didn't make the same choice and decision, you don't have to go through. But you're still going to, again, be initiated regardless. Confirmation. Okay. Why trapped in fear? Suffering in silence. Yeah. Okay. Emotional loss and patience. Yeah. If you're not ready to talk about this, then you're not ready to talk about it. Like, again, I really do encourage you, Cancer, Leo, don't force yourself to do anything you're not ready to do. If you got to brute through that storm, brute. It's okay. Those that love you, those that truly care for you will be there when you're done. Like, it's not going to change anything. And if somebody's taking offense to the fact that you got to go be a dark cloud right now, oh, well, that's their problem, not yours. Okay? That probably points you to somebody who was probably using that sunshiny energy you bring in and kind of feeding off your energy. So if they don't have energy to feed off of, then now they got a problem. When it's like, you're human, you can't be a ball of sunshine all the time. So if they don't want to respect the fact that you're human, maybe that's not a friend or a family member that you want to spend too much time with from here on out, okay? Those that love you, again, understand that you're going through an emotional loss. And will be patient. When you're ready to talk about it, you'll talk about it. When you're ready to share, you'll share. When you're ready to move out of that cloud, you'll move out. Okay? So be patient with yourself as you are. Yeah. Again, I really do think you maybe had your heart set on some sort of new love beginning here, but a tower's happened. Okay. Clarify this third eye. Thank you. Solar plexus in reverse. Yeah. You don't have the energy. You don't have the will. You don't have the strength right now, and that's okay. Doesn't mean that you're not strong. It doesn't mean that you aren't in control of yourself. It's just not there. Again, don't force anything out of yourself that you don't have access to right now. Flow through what you need to flow through. Yeah, Archangel Michael could be surrounding you in this energy. Okay. Clarify spiritual union with sacrifice. The light, yeah. And the crown chakra, yeah. You got a lot of chakra energies. This is an initiation for you, for sure. Positive awareness, the sun in the crown chakra. Truth, I can't make it up. Judgment. You got a lot of majors out here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this situation, this spiritual union that you're a part of is under judgment, okay? And the judgment call that's being made by the universe is to send in a tower. And that might have you trapped in fear. That might have them trapped in fear. They might be trapped in fear while you're suffering in silence, like, or vice versa, or you're both in that energy, because maybe, I really do think like it was you that wanted love to begin. I don't think you anticipated having to deal with an emotional loss of this person or some sort of separation with this person. Yeah, you got to be patient and let that solar plexus rejuvenate itself before you start seeing anything, before you start trying to think of the future moment. You just got to be present in what you feel. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's some sort of conflict here. There was some sort of Five of Swords in the midst of this energy or in the middle of this connection. Like I said, there could have been someone else involved. Maybe there's a third party. But the Star card, this is for your greater good. Okay, hope. So while they're trapped in fear and you're suffering in silence, the divine is trying to maybe get you to not lose hope. And I know that could be extremely difficult and extremely hard where I'm finding you in this energy. But the universe is allowing this to happen for a reason, okay? Positive movement forward. The Eight of Pentacles. Clarify. Throat chakra with patience. They want me to put that back, okay? Clarify this love begins with emotional loss, divine. Thank you. For Cancer, Leo. Destiny. Yeah, this is just a part of destiny playing out. And I want to say it's probably a fated destiny because somebody in this energy wasn't being truthful. Somebody could have had you waiting, sacrifice, the Hangman, paused. Somebody could have been intentionally delaying this Chariot. And so instead of allowing that to happen, the divine just kind of disrupted the whole thing, caused a Tower. Because you would have still been waiting for this person. And that's maybe not the energy that you needed to be in, or that started to become very unfair for you. Well, it was always unfair, but it gets to a point. And it's almost like I feel like the universe stepped in with this Tower because this person might have been racking up karma that they would not have survived. So it's like, let's cut it off now before it completely ruins something, so that there is still hope for you two. The universe did this so that there's still hope between you two. That there would be a chance for this to maybe happen. So they ended it. Or brought in this third party or caused this disruption. And I know that doesn't maybe seem fair, but it's fair from how the universe sees it. Okay? And the universe always sees what we don't. Clarify the throat chakra with patience in this destiny. Awareness, I'm trying to tell you. Be mindful of what you say. Be mindful of how you're speaking about yourself, this person, this situation, especially while you're in this dark cloud. Be patient with yourself, okay? Find what you really feel beneath the anger, beneath the pain. Get to the heart of it all, Cancer, Leo. Yeah, but this is absolutely an initiation process for both of y'all, okay? Clarify the third eye with the solar plexus in reverse. Thank you. Rest and rejuvenate. Yeah, you gotta relax. Like, you have to replenish yourself here. Maybe this spiritual union was taxing your energy a little too much. This person could have been pulling on your energy too much because they were delaying the Chariot, or yeah, they were in some sort of Five of Swords with you. And so that maybe got revealed. That's coming out maybe this season. The truth of what they were really doing, the truth of whatever was really happening, whomever they've really been with. Yeah. But I feel like the universe, had to step in to avoid further damage so that hope wouldn't be lost between you two. And I know that might sound like I want the hope to die. Like, I don't really care about having hope. Like, I think some of y'all are in that space. Like, I genuinely don't care. But again, it's like, I think that's what you're saying from your pain. I think you do care here. And I understand how kind of maybe cruel that can be to say, oh, but there still will be hope based off what has happened here. What I'll say here, Cancer, Leo, for those of y'all that are really going through this, just leave room for anything to really happen. Leave room for miracles in this situation. You can, again, be upset, be angry. You don't want to talk to this person ever again. You want to see them ever again. That's fine. Like, okay. Like, feel it all. Let it all be. Let it all exist. Okay. But just know that the universe definitely works in mysterious ways. And we don't always know the purpose behind things. And I do think that this was an act of protection for you. Even if it feels like rejection or it feels like the universe is blocking you from getting together. No, they're blocking you from conflict, basically, that you don't need to go through. Okay. So that tells me that whoever is on the other side of this with you, Cancer, Leo, has introduced that energy to it. So they're going to have to go through it. Partnerships and alliances. I can't make it up. Okay. Yeah. I guess this could even be confirmation as well that, yeah, you are right here, Cancer, Leo. There was a destined love to begin between you and this person. There was. You were feeling the Ace of Cups between you two. It's just, unfortunately, this person wasn't, how can I say it? This person wasn't honest enough. This person wasn't, yeah, my throat chakra just cleared, wasn't in the right energy, frequency, or alignment to truly be with you at this point in time. So the Tower had to come in to get you to maybe refocus on yourself, okay, as opposed to building this union or building this energy between you and this person, and also usher them through the initiation of the defeat that will kind of come from this Five of Swords that they were in with you. And hopefully they learn the lesson around that. But how they're learning that lesson could be the painful part of it for somebody here. Yeah, it seems like how this lesson is being learned, it would look like there is no hope for this to actually happen or to come together. Or maybe where you're looking at it from the view you have right now, it's like there is no coming together after this. Like, it's done. Yeah. Okay. This might surprise you. This situation might surprise you. You might think it's done, or the way that it's going or not going at all, you know, is like, okay, this is not going to happen. But I almost feel like the universe has a few tricks up their sleeves when it comes to this person being initiated into higher levels of awareness, this magician energy. And so it seems like the universe is asking for your patience. Be patient. Just as you need patience to move through the dark cloud that you are in, give this situation patience to allow the divine, your ancestors, your angels to shift it in the way that, yeah, that it needs to be shifted. There's some sort of surprise here that's going to happen. That's going to reignite hope. Okay. Yeah. Serendipity. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Because it feels like you were really on a high with this person, or you were really kind of in a really bright energy. And that could also be the surprise, serendipity. Yeah, the universe, you know, has their own brand of humor that we as humans don't always find funny, but it's funny to somebody, okay? Yeah, as serendipity would have it, there's going to be some sort of stroke of luck almost. Yeah, I feel like that's a part of the surprise. Like, don't want to speak on it too much because it's got to be a surprise. So just know that it could look like it's going to go one way, or it is going one way, but there's going to be some sort of change in the wind, okay? To put it maybe metaphorically. There will be a change in the wind that will surprise you and probably surprise this person too. And then again, awareness steps in. Then you can kind of get into that hopeful space again. So not all is lost in this situation, Cancer, Leo, even if you want it to be, even if you're over it, even if you're done, even if you maybe hate this person, or, you know, it's just like, fuck them, I don't care, whatever, this is lame, this is dumb, this is stupid. Like, yeah, I feel that. That's real. It probably is. Like, I trust your judgment on that, all right? But serendipity, yeah, just know the universe has a few tricks up their sleeves when it comes to this, okay? This is all happening. Yeah, you will. Okay, and you know what? This probably had to happen too, because in maybe some way, shape, or form, Cancer, Leo, you might have been losing a little bit of yourself in the anticipation for this union, in trying to make this union work, or whatever, the focus on it. You might have been neglecting the self a little bit. So this is going to give you time to mend yourself again. Also, kind of sew yourself back up stronger, like fortify yourself in some sort of way, while this person is going to go through whatever they're going to go through. Okay? Yeah, community. Like I said, there's somebody else. They could have introduced a third party into this, and that's when the universe was like, yep, bring in the tower. Nah, we're not about to do that. So again, the heartache you feel now would have been probably 100 times worse had the universe not stepped in. So I know you don't want to look at the bright side, and you don't want to have that silver lining, because I'm sure this sucks either way, and that doesn't make you feel any better. But that's just what I'm getting, okay? Yeah. New life. So, ooh. And maybe, because there is a baby giraffe in there, maybe there's a baby involved in this, Cancer, Leo. Maybe that's why you're like, oh yeah, it's a wrap. Done. It's over. Like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with this. And again, that's real. I mean, that's your choice. You have the right to feel that way, okay? But if there isn't a child involved, okay, because everybody has a different story, what this initiation is to allow you both to step into some sort of new energy. So the way your energy was moving prior to this tower was probably hurting you in some way, harming you, or blocking you in some way, blocking them in some way. So now the blocks are being presented through the tower. Now you know what to work through. You know what you got to focus on. And then on the other side of it, it's going to be some sort of renewal here in your energy. Okay. Yeah, deep knowing. Yeah. Maybe there's a part of you too that knew that something was a little off with this person, or like something was going on, but I don't know, maybe you just left it to the universe to reveal it. It's about to be revealed, or it already has been. Okay. Yeah, and like I said, you were right in what you knew deep down. There was an Ace of Cups between you two. That was, you know, intended to lead to a spiritual union here, but some sort of karmic lesson has gotten in the way. Yeah, to the sea. Yeah, go to your emotional body. It's okay. Again, only you can really calm your own waters here, Cancer, Leo, so focus on doing that. Go do what you need to do for your emotional body and your emotional nature to feel whole again, to feel balanced again. Okay. Yeah, to find your happy. maybe there was a part of you that was placing a lot of your happiness in this spiritual union. That could have been also why the Tower had to show up, because happiness comes from within, not from without. So the more you were allowing this person to dictate your mood, the more the universe was setting up to step in. And I don't think whoever's on the other side of that was fully aware of the effect that they were having on you, or the effect that their choices and decisions would have on you, which is why probably, again, the universe stepped in so that it didn't cause any more unnecessary damage or more damage than necessary. And I know that might sound weird, but we heal when we're cracked sometimes. Sometimes you got to learn through pain, and that's just the reality of life. And it kind of seems like that's where you're at with all of this, okay? So you will learn a lot. You will find a lot within yourself through this initiation process that you're about to go through, or you're already in the throes of. But at the end of it, you will have your happy, and nobody will be able to dictate your happiness, no matter the choices and decisions and the movements that they're making. So I think that could have been a little bit of it from your end. You might have been allowing this person to affect your mood in a way, or your energy in a way that was unhealthy. And so part of why the divine had to bring in this Tower. Okay. Clarify the serendipity. Yeah, time for a nap. Okay. Yeah, it's time to take care of you. It's time to rest. Yeah, I think it's just time for you to kind of disengage from this person, or just, yeah, let the universe handle them the way that they're meant to be handled. You can't do nothing about it at this point. I don't think you really could have ever did anything about it, but really at this point, they got to be on that journey now. That's what they introduced, so they got to go through it. Okay. All you got to do is just take care of yourself here, Cancer Leo, okay? Rest. Make sure you're sleeping as best as you can, okay? To be fair, yeah. That's what I'm saying. This is all happening to be fair. It would have been unfair for you to continue to either be waiting for this person, or kind of suspended in this person's energy, or this person being suspended in your energy. Like, to be fair, so that you can mend and they can do what they need to do, here comes the Tower, okay? To balance it all out. Yeah. Clarify this community energy. Round and round. Yeah, maybe this is like a pattern of this person. Maybe they just continuously introduce these third parties into y'all's union, into y'all's energy. And again, I don't know that this person has a full awareness that that's what they're doing. It's like, in a weird way, I feel like this person is maybe aware of the Ace of Cups between y'all, but they think they can separate the energy. And they can't. That's why this Tower's showing up. They thought they could kind of like tuck you over here and like keep whatever they were doing, whatever this Five of Swords, kind of like sneakiness was going on, whoever they were dealing with, they could kind of keep that separate from you. But if you're tied to them, anything they do also then connects to you. So this person could be getting that kind of awareness, maybe going through an initiation around that. Okay, so they were putting you through conflict where it was unnecessary, like it was, yeah, it was imbalance. That's why justice had to show up. Thinking that they were separating the two. There is no separation in energy. Can't do that. So because this person wasn't moving as if they were aware of that connection, they were hurting you, harming you, putting you in harm's way in some sort of way. Yeah, so I'd be angry too, period. So feel what you gotta feel, Cancer Leo. That's real. But know that you won't feel that way forever. That feeling will fade. Yeah. It's almost like the divine had to interrupt this merry-go-round that you were on with this person. They kept kind of spinning you around and around and around, or again, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So maybe the universe has marked that this person isn't learning the lesson. They're not getting it. So this Tower had to come to separate you from whatever they're about to go through and them from whatever you're about to go through. So again, it's like, yeah, the universe allowed your energies to be deeply connected in that way. And now there is a divine barrier between you two. A universal barrier between you two. Okay. Yeah. With go to distance and breathe. I do feel like, again, that's maybe where this hope is coming in. This initiation process is priming you both to be able to have whatever the relation is, fulfill whatever the purpose is between you two, okay? So that you can go the distance. But things have to be learned, and sometimes they have to be learned the hard way, and it just feels like one of those moments, Cancer, Leo, and I know that sucks. Especially if you're not the one that's having to learn that lesson the hard way. Like, you're the one that maybe was cooperative in this situation, and it's just kind of like, all right. But again, I do think you were losing yourself to this, and that's also something the universe doesn't want to happen. So this is a divine Tower that showed up between you two. Yeah. To the sea with message in the bottle. Or message in a bottle, excuse me. Yeah, your emotional body, your emotional waters definitely have a lot of information for you, a lot for you to learn from. Your emotional body wants to talk to you about a lot. So yeah, if you gotta, again, sit with yourself, find some sort of solitude, turn down that sunshiny energy, go sit under the moon, sit under the cloud, like literally, like don't have any sort of fear or worry about what other people might feel when it comes to your energy at this point. You have the right to heal yourself the way you see fit, okay? Especially if it's not hurting or harming anybody else. It's just you sitting with yourself. Anybody that has a problem with that is probably out of line with you in truth, okay? But know that when you do come out from under that cloud, you are going to have people that are waiting for you and want to love you and support you and understand, again, your love no matter what, Cancer, Leo. Don't let this delay in the spiritual union or this Tower happening make you feel any other way. Okay? Clarify, happy. Thank you. Yeah, the fates. The fates are, again, like I said, there's some sort of little trick up the universe's sleeves. So feel what you need to feel in this moment. Know that the universe has it under control. Yeah, it's fated for you to be happy though. So if this situation wasn't shaping up to bring you to that fate, that's why this Tower showed up. Yeah, with will in reverse with the solar plexus. You can't force anyone's will to do anything. You can't force people to choose or make choices and decisions. Everybody's in control of themselves. I don't care what somebody says. Oh, they made me do it. Nobody made you do anything. You decided to do it. Own that choice and decision. Okay? Just like you're going to own yours. But the fates have something up their sleeve for sure to bring you this happiness and this joy. So just find your center again. Breathe. Relax. Do what you need to do, feel what you need to feel, cry when you need to cry, scream when you need to scream, be mad all day, all week, all year, I don't know, however long this takes. Like, don't try to shoo away your emotions right now. They're there to teach you something and to tell you something, so listen in, okay? I'm sending you a really, really big hug, genuinely, for who anybody's going through this. This is hard. This is a very difficult initiation process, but there is light on the other side of it. I promise you that. Okay? There is light on the other side of it. You just got to get there. And you're strong enough to get there. Okay? Don't doubt yourself for a second. All right? Love you lots, Cancer, Leo, okay? It's going to be all right. You're going to make it through this. But if this reading was helpful to you, brought you any sort of clarity and confirmation, any sort of truth you needed to hear, please let me know that in the comments down below. I love to hear from y'all. And if you made it this far in the message and you're not subscribed to the channel, please just hit subscribe so I can pick up on your energy in future readings, as I do channel messages for my subscribers and channel members only, okay? So I love y'all, and I thank you for sowing love into this community with your likes, your comments, sharing these readings with those that you maybe feel need to hear the message. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome at that. Thank you so much. You can also book readings with me. That's another way to sow love into this community. You can purchase your merch. You can get your cleansing aura. You can thrift my decks, or you can make a one-time donation if you feel guided to. Okay, that's all through my website and all linked in the description box below for your convenience to take you right to those places. And I appreciate y'all. All right. Again, sending you a lot of love, a lot of strength, a lot of courage to get through this, Cancer Leo. You're not alone. We're here for you. We love you. Okay. It's gonna be all right. I'll see you in our next one. Namaste.